Hello, everybody. It is Moko here, and this is another week of Celebrity Mess. We're not on the politics just yet, but just celebrity. So I know I'm supposed to finish the British royal family, but it's. I think it would be a little bit much if I did 3 or 4 videos of the same topic in a row. So I'm splitting it up, and then I'll return to Kate and Meghan after this. So, but before I get started on today's celebrity, I want to tell everybody that I release a newsletter. If you go to my website, www.terrorbyMoko.com, I'll leave a little graphic here. If you go to my website, scroll down a little bit, and you'll be able to sign up for my newsletters. And there I do like a monthly reading for people. And it's general, and I also talk about the readings that people are liking, and if I have a new reading or a new set or whatever, I announce it in the newsletter. And if you don't want to sign up for the newsletter, that's cool. Just follow me on Instagram, and you'll see that I do weekly general readings, as well as if my spirit guides have anything to say, I'll just pop it in a video on there, and just go about the day. All right. So after that announcement, we're gonna look at Cardi B today, and a little bit of Offset, what's going on with him and Migos. Are they even still together? I don't know. I don't really listen to them guys. As well as a little bit of Nicki and a little bit of Saweetie. So, all right, let's get started. All right, guys. So I will give a disclaimer here. So for the Beyonce video, I told you guys that I'm a big fan. Just to make sure that you guys know where my biases are, Miss Cardi B, not a fan of her. Not a fan of her at all. In terms of music, but also like the way she carries herself. And, me as a Black American, I feel sad for us that this is part of our representation. But the people get what the people like, so it is what it is. So I'm just laying it out there that I'm not the biggest fan of Miss Cardi B, but I will make sure that my bias does not enter the chat. And if some of you saw or watched the Harry Styles video, I made it known that I don't really care for him, but the energy that I picked up on him, I was pleasantly surprised. I really liked reading on him. So maybe I'll be surprised here once I read on Cardi. All right, so first, let's do the usual. Let's read on her personality. Let's see. And I mean, I'm just gonna because she's very honest for the most part with who she is. So I'm not even gonna do public persona because she is who and what she is. So I'm just gonna ask, what is her personality like within the industry? And at home. So let's see. Didn't she just won a court case, right? This isn't bad at all, actually. Oh my goodness, is my camera messed up? I think my camera's messed up. Sorry about that, guys. No, this is not bad at all. It's not bad at all. So I think she just, so I'm filming this on October 1st. I think she just won, or well, maybe it's not like she won a court case, but she got off much lighter than she would have. So it's showing me that in her home environment, oh, she's a Libra. There she is. And in her home environment, she feels very happy that whatever this court thing that she was going through is finally done with. She's quite happy with that. Although I feel like very shortly another lawsuit is going to come her way. So I'll do an update on her when that happens. Anyway, when it comes to how she is in the industry, I mean, they're just showing that she has a slick mouth. Like that's like a very slick mouth, and she doesn't. I mean, but we know this. You know, all you have to do is go on her Twitter and see it. She has a slick mouth. She makes sure that if anyone even looks at her sideways, she says something to them. So she doesn't let anything get past her by anyone. But in the industry, she's okay. I mean, sometimes this card right here can represent people who have become a little bit spoiled by what they've received. I actually see this a lot with K-pop idols. So yeah, she's a little bit spoiled, a little bit entitled, but the reason why I say just a little bit is because they're showing me here that no, she works. Whatever anyone's opinion of her is, she is a hard worker. She does work hard. Whether you think she's talented or not, ratchet or whatever, she does work hard. And she has this I want to be number one mentality that Beyonce has, Katy Perry has. So no, she works. She puts in the work. And at home, it actually looks like, for the most part, she's more peaceful at home. She actually, so this is her. I'm quite sure she's a Libra, so this is kind of her card that signifies that yes, I am picking up on her. This shows that she's happy at home. I feel like she wants to. Let me ask. I probably should keep this for the career section, but let me ask. Oh no. She wants to stay home. She wants to stay home. Well, let me ask really quickly. She likes being successful, for sure, but she wants to stay home. She wants to be there for her family, for sure. She for sure wants to stay home. She's quite possessive, as well, of what's his name, Offset. I mean, but given what he's doing, but she's very possessive of him. But she wants to stay home, and she wants the family to stay together, to be under the same home, to have the same father, like a family. She loves her family. She wants to stay home, and home is where she finds her peace. Because it's like when she's home, she doesn't feel the need to like just be an attack dog with people, because that's her family and she trusts them. But when she's in the industry, I'm not really seeing any like backbiting around her here. But when she's there, she feels like she always has to be on guard. So home is, for her, home is where her peace is. She loves being at home. That's it. All right, so let's go to her shadow side. I would be surprised if I even pick up on anything, because I feel like she, she's quite honest with who she is. It doesn't seem like she hides much. Couple of cards. Oh, look at that. But this is something that anybody can see. Did she lose deals recently? Not much. I mean, it's showing the same thing here. It's mostly showing that oh wait, hold on, you can't see this. Let me let me move these around. It's mostly showing me that her mouth is very reckless. I mean, but this is something that we already know. So I feel like it's not really, we're not really going to see that much in her shadow side, because she's very much open about her issues for the most part or whatever. But she just has a smart mouth. Like that's mostly it. And I mean, it's also showing that she's like greedy money wise, but she's a celebrity, so that's not that bad. And here, her emotions somehow, I'm not seeing like any like mental disorder, but it does look like something is happening with the way she processes emotion. So for one, I think she's depressed. I do think that she's depressed. It's also possible she could be suffering from postpartum depression as well. So I feel like on her own, she's been suffering from depression for a while. But after they have 2 children. After the second child, I think she's suffering from postpartum depression. I do think so, and I think that she's trying to seek help for it. She's trying to seek healing for it. But I mean, studies show that usually women who've had a traumatic past, they're more likely to develop postpartum depression. And for her, I do feel like there's some trauma in her past, with her family, not someone out, but someone within her family. Let's see, do you guys want to tell me what this trauma is with her? They don't want to tell me exactly what the trauma is, and you know what, I respect that, but they're also showing me like her rise to stardom. She's on the decline now. She is on the Cardi's fame. Her fame is on the decline now, and right now she's very worried about her money. So I feel like she may have lost something, she could have lost a deal, or there's some deals that she's trying to push through that are being stalled right now, and she's starting to get panicked about it. And it's, I don't know, it's showing me that like coming up soon, and I think we're gonna see this like by the end of this year, but coming up soon, her fame is gonna be on the decline, and I feel like some doors are gonna be shut to her industry wise. I'll ask more questions about that in the career, but industry wise. But there is something going on about the way she processes emotions. So I'm not sure if they're telling me that she's burdened by her emotions, or if like just her mind is all over the place. I'm not sure exactly why it's all over the place, but something's going on with the way she processes emotions. And it also has something to do with Offset. So like when they're not doing well, that's when she lashes out at other people. But there's something going on with her internally, outside of the depression, outside of the potential postpartum depression. There's something going on with how she herself as an individual processes her emotions, where like she doesn't see clearly. She doesn't see clearly, and that could be why like they keep giving me this sort of like defensive, smart mouth, like I'm gonna clap back no matter what anybody says type of attitude around her, because the way that she what people say versus what she hears, there's a distortion there, and it's an emotional distortion. It's not something like mental health, like she's dyslexic or something like that. Like I don't know, something is going on where she has some trauma in the past, and she's not seeing reality, or there's some sort of filter. So for example, if you have a friend and she's wearing a really nice red dress, she looks really good today, really good, and you give her a compliment, oh wow, you look really good today. Like instead of taking the compliment, your friend says something like, are you saying that I look ugly every other day? That's the vibe. That's the vibe that Cardi's giving me, that like she can't take, like, I don't know, she sees something negative in almost everything someone says or does, and she just like it's thin-skinned. It's thin-skinned, but there's something else going on where she can't see the positivity. Something, I don't know. That being said, not so much of a shadow side, because she is what she is. She doesn't really lie about it. Yeah, I'm gonna look more at her career, because it looks like she's gonna go on a decline soon, like maybe around 2 years. Okay, so let's look at her career. First, I want to ask her, I want to ask about the energy of her career right now, and really how does she feel about fame? Like, again, I kind of feel like, I don't know, like trying to do a tarot reading on people who are super honest feels kind of like, why, you know? But I don't know. She's been going against some lady named Akbar. I don't know who the hell that is, but I was like, you know what? This is a good time to see what's going on with her. And I've also read on her and Offset before on a private Discord, but it seemed to me that she's never going to let him go. Like, I knew that divorce was not, you know, going to go through. It had mostly something to do with someone being pregnant. And some people were guessing some random person, but for me, it seemed like someone he already had a child with. They were trying to see if she was pregnant, if she was going to maybe have an abortion or something, and if she would bring the child to term, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, because I'm not trying to be sued by anybody. If the woman were to go public or bring the baby to term, that's when Cardi would say, okay, let's get a divorce. So I think that happened maybe 2 years ago. I'm not sure, but yeah. So anyway, sorry, I went really off topic. Let's talk about her career. Okay. So I asked a few questions. Here's this over here. I asked a few questions. Again, this is Cardi. She's showing up as Justice, Miss Libra. So right now her career is going fine. She's dripping in money. She has a lot of energy. She has a lot of creative drive. I feel like, I mean, I don't know if she actually, well, I'm quite sure she doesn't write her music for the most part, but it's showing here that she's feeling inspired right now. And again, I'm filming this on October 1st. She's feeling inspired right now, and like, she's actually creating something right now. And usually this is one of the cards for me of a writer. So her career right now is going fine. There's a lot of money, there's a lot of financial independence, and she's just enjoying the fruits of her labor. But then I asked, how does she feel about fame? She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. I feel like right now she's going through some strange karmic cycle. And that's why the third question I asked is a little bit off. But I asked her, how does she feel about fame? And it's not that great. It's not that great. It's difficult for her. Even though she has everything she could possibly want in terms of her career, it's quite difficult for her. At first, she thought that it was her calling, but now she's sort of having second thoughts. And I said before that it looks like the sun is starting to set on her career, and I think it is, and I think she knows. I think she knows that like her time is running out a little bit, because this death is like, it's not, I mean, it's an end, but it's a slow burn. And I've gotten this before for what's that guy, Kevin Samuels, like back in 2019 or maybe 2020. And I saw that his career was going to end. I didn't know that it would end in death, literal death. And I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen with Cardi. I'm not saying that, but this fame, this level of fame that she has now, I don't think she's ever going to go away. But this level of fame that she has now, it's going to end. It's going to end. And I think she knows it because she keeps showing up in her own deck. But at the same time, I feel like she doesn't, like, it doesn't bother her that much. She is more worried about the money. She doesn't really care about the career. She's more worried about the money, and she wants to make sure that she has enough for her children. So does she have a boy and a girl? Because many times I see this card as siblings. So she's for sure worried about her children, her relationship as well, but she's just like trying to make sure that she has enough money to make sure that the kids can eat for a very long time. And I honestly feel like even if like she falls off she'll be perfectly happy just being like a housewife or like an internet personality, but mostly staying at home. She doesn't actually like working. She doesn't like working. And so for the third question I asked if she's an industry plant, and I'm getting a yes, she was. She was an industry plant. So I'm gonna ask her record label. Let me pull some more cards. Actually, let me take these out. Put her at up top. Well. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Okay. Okay. So, I'm asking about her record label, Atlantic. They're not happy with her, and she's not happy with them. So, I asked, how does Atlantic Records feel about Cardi? They're not happy. They're not happy. Does anyone know if she has a 360 deal? I feel like her record deal is not the best. It's not the best at all. And it looks like they're sort of pushing her to her limit. I feel like she has a 360 deal, or if it's not 360, she just signed a bad deal, and like they're working her like a taskmaster. They're pushing her. They're really well. Okay, so they are pushing her to the public, but in terms of what they want her to do, the return on investment that they want from her, they're putting a lot of pressure on her. That's why she wants to stay home so badly, because she's like, I can't deal with this. They're really pushing her. And when I asked how does she feel about them, she's sort of like, next. I don't think that I don't think that her contract is in a happy place right now. I mean, obviously she's quite happy about the money that she's generated from working with them, but it's like she's trying to put up her own boundaries. So I feel like she's in like a little tussle with Atlantic, where she's just like, you guys slow down. I can't do too much. I want to go home. I want to be with my kids. I want to be with my man. I want to enjoy what I have. But they're just like, listen, they're trying to crack the whip on her. I'm not sure if this has to do with her second album. I will ask about it. I'm not sure if this has to do with her second album, or if they're saying you're not performing as well. We're putting all this money to push you and it's not coming back like it used to. But she's trying to set her boundaries. She's like, yeah, I know that I have a career. I know this is Queen of Wands energy, but she's just like, this is how I want it to go. And she's trying to put boundaries on them. She's trying to say, I'll put up with this, I won't put up with that. I'll do this, I won't do that. But they're like, the record label's energy is much stronger, guys. It's much stronger. And I feel like they're coming to collect. And for some of you ladies some of you ladies, some of you people who think that she may have sold herself, like, you know, a lot of people think that most if not all of these celebrities have sold themselves to whatever entities. You can kind of see it that way, that whatever she may or may not have done magically, that it's coming to collect, and it's not gonna be pretty. So then the third question I asked is, did Atlantic Records sign Cardi to go against Nicki? And the answer is yes. There's a CEO or some executive or someone at Atlantic who had romantic feelings for Nicki. This person had romantic feelings for Nicki. She may have told him no, or maybe this person tried to offer her like a deal or something a long time ago, and because she said no one time, this person decided to devise a plan to get her back. It's a man, and usually so people with this energy, I'm trying to think of the people that I normally get this energy with when it comes to famous people. Is Putin, Will Smith. Who else have I gotten this energy with? What's his name? Jay-Z, and the guy who owns the label that the City Girls are on, Pete, whatever his name is. That's Emperor energy. And that's just somebody who's the head or who's the boss or somebody who, and also, oh, what's that other man's name who's in jail? Harvey Weinstein. It's not saying that all of these men are the same. It's just that they're in a position of like a very high position of authority where whatever they say goes. So whoever this man is at Atlantic, this was somebody who has been there for a very long time, who is personally involved with Cardi. And he wanted to be personally involved with Nicki. And it looks like he signed Cardi for that express purpose to just get back at Nicki. Hold on, so this. Oh boy. This person, I think whoever this person is, he also had like a romantic relationship with Cardi as well. But listen. This may be threefold, guys. So this could also be somebody who is like a Harvey Weinstein who wants to be personally involved with the female acts that he signs. And if they don't do whatever he wants them to do, he fucks up their career. I feel like something like this is gonna come to Cardi. If it's not happening yet, I feel like it's gonna come to Cardi. And like honestly, this is the card of sex. This is the card of sexual bondage as well. Sometimes it can be the card of sex trafficking. I don't think that's happening with her, but it's something. But it's like threefold. It's twofold. This is a record label that she signed a bad deal with. This is also an executive who had a relationship with her, and because it's over, he's going to make her life hell. And symbolically or spiritually, whatever entity she worked with to get the fame that she has, this is them coming to collect. So like, I mean, when people talk about karma, when they say stuff like that, someone stubs their toe, they're like, oh, it's karma. Sometimes it can come up in a multitude of fashions, and I feel like this is what's happening with Cardi right now. And that's probably why I saw that, like, by the end of this year and within the next 2 years, people are going to see like, wow, she's not that hot anymore. And this executive, whoever this person is, he has a lot to do with it. Like he got what he wanted out of her. She's not giving him what he wants. She's not, pulling as well as she used to for the label. So whoever this person is, he's going to be like, okay, well, next. Okay, so let's ask about the second album really quickly. Second album. Will she release a second album? Will Cardi release a second album? I think so. Wow. So yes, I do think actually hold on. Let me double check this question. Okay. So yes, she's going to release a second album. I wanted to make sure, because sometimes this Knight of Cups energy can be a little bit tentative. So I wanted to make sure that it was going to be a full album and not like an EP or a mixtape. So it's like, yes, she's going to release a full album, and she's working on it right now. Showing it here, she's working on it right now. And I asked, how well will it be received? And it looks like this second album looks like something she'll be personally happy with, but how well it's going to be received, it's like 50-50, 50-50. I'm not really seeing, so that's talking about critical acclaim, but how well will it do on the charts? Because that's what the record label wants. How well will her second album do on the charts? maybe I should. Okay, so how well will it do on the charts, but how well will it do when it comes to actual sales? Okay, so let's separate it. How well will her second album do? Ooh, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Yeah, it's not. Right now, it's not looking good. I mean, she's still working on it, so the energy could change depending on what, you know, what they decide to put on, leave off, blah, 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 whatever, but it's not looking that great. And I did ask if she's going to go on tour. She doesn't want to be far away from home, guys. Look at this. Two of Pentacles, which is like a maybe. Three of Swords, which is like a not so much. And then Knight of Wands, she's scared to go on tour. Has she been on a solo tour ever? She's afraid of it. She's afraid. One, she doesn't want to be far from home, but two, I feel like she's afraid of it. So that's probably, wow. Okay, that's probably why I saw in her shadow energy that like her career is gonna go on a slow decline. Alright, very quickly, I want to talk about Offset. I'm gonna do his personality very quickly, his shadow side, what's going on with Migos. I mean, I'm not that interested in him. I don't think that he's that interesting, honestly. He's a fellow Sagittarius, but that's all I care about. So I'm gonna look into him very quickly and talk about their relationship and sign off. Cheater, cheater, bow beater, banana fan, a full feeder. Cheater, 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 cheater. He's doing it right now. My goodness. He has a lot of love to give. That's the only way I can be positive about that. He has a lot of love to give. Oh my goodness. Here he is, Sagittarius, right? There he goes, King of Wands. And this is, in relationship, King of Wands is like the worst to have because he's somebody who doesn't like to stay his ass home. So yeah, he has cabin fever. He doesn't want to be home. Actually, let's see if I can put all of these cards together. He doesn't like to be home. I mean, he actually is a very loving person. And you know how there are some people, they're like, oh, I love the ladies, I can't keep myself still. He really is that guy. He really does love women. And it shows up here. He actually is, I mean, by the looks of this, he actually is a quite gentle person. I feel like he's not somebody who raises his voice often. He's actually quite gentle. He just, like, you know, he likes to slang his peen. So he has a lot of love to give, literally and figuratively. He does not like staying at home. He has a case of the grass is greener on the other side. Very much a cheater. Very much a cheater. And I feel like for him, he feels like being confined to a house or to a person, it really makes him feel sad. Like it really makes him feel sad. I mean, I can kind of understand. I have like 70 million Sagittarius placements in my chart. I'm a loyal person, but I am somebody who likes to be outside, out of the house. But he just wants to be free. That's basically it, and he feels stuck. So I know I know some of this stuck feeling that he's going through, it probably has something to do with I think he's suing quality control, and I will ask about that really quickly, but I want to see if he has any shadows or what his shadows are. Okay, Offset. I almost called him Quavo. Manipulative. He's facing karma too. He is for sure manipulative. He's also I mean, he and Cardi are a pretty good match because he's also very concerned about money. Listen, this Queen of Pentacles here, this is not Cardi. Whoever this woman is, that he was dealing with that made Cardi sign up for a divorce, he's still dealing with her. And I feel like this is someone he has a child with. He's still dealing with her. Whoever this is someone he has a baby with. And I feel like he would rather be with her. He would rather be with her. So let me ask some questions. Offset. I forgot what his real name is. He is manipulative though. He's very good with words. Very good with words, and he can pick up on people's moods. Well, because he's very loving, he's receptive. He actually is receptive to love, and he uses it to manipulate people. It's not like bad, like super bad here, but you know, come on. He didn't want to. I asked him why did he marry Cardi. He didn't actually want to marry her. Like, it's almost like one day he just thought, oh, that'll be a good idea, and then they just did it. Like, I'll go into their relationship later, but it looks like, okay, so I'll show you guys. So 2 of Pentacles here, 2 of Swords here. These are both cards of indecision. So it's like it feels like he didn't actually make the decision himself. And then this is Daughter of Pentacles, so this is someone who's curious about things. So it just seems more like he thought she was interesting and that's it. And he kind of like got caught up. I know I hate it when people say that, especially men, you know, because take responsibility for your own actions. But it really does seem like something that he didn't actually want to marry her. But whoever this lady is, this Queen of Pentacles here, because I've seen her when I've done readings for them when they were going through that fake divorce drama. Whoever this lady is, he already has a child with her, and this is the one he loves. This is the one he wants to be with. He wants to be with her, not Cardi. And I think he wants to have another child with her. So here's the Ace of Pentacles. I tend to see this as a fertilized egg. He wants another child with her. He thinks about her constantly. And he's actually upset that he's not with her. All right, so let's see about the Migos, and then I will go into the relationship with he and Cardi. Right, so first I'm gonna ask, what's the energy of Migos right now? How does Offset feel about the other 2? And will they ever release music together again? Interesting. Okay, so there's one good thing here. So yeah, this is not a breakup, but it's close to it. So they're not together. I mean, the group is still there. I still feel the energy of the group, but it's just there's just a lot of hurt feelings between them, and it looks like at least one person wants to get back together and try again, but there's just too much hurt feelings. And first I asked, how does Offset feel about Quavo versus how he feels about Takeoff? I feel like the issue is between Offset and Quavo. That's what it is. And it's mostly work related. That's mostly what it is. And there's like this feeling of being trapped when it comes to those two. But when it comes to him and Takeoff, yeah, they're mostly good. They're mostly good. This is so freaking clear. I love reading for men, by the way, because as much as they claim that they're the logical sex, they're actually more emotional, and I get a lot of information out of them. Check out my Beyonce and Jay-Z reading. I'll put a card somewhere up there. I got most of the information from Jay because he's very emotional. And when I asked, will they ever release music together, it looks like right now 2 members are fighting. I feel like it's Quavo and Offset. So this is Offset here, this is the other member. So the other member, is he a water sign? I'm not sure, but this is Offset, this is the other member, this is them fighting. So it looks like eventually they're going to get over this hump. Something's going to happen. an agreement is going to be made about somebody's work or whatever, or credits or whatever the hell it is. Takeoff is going to be the one who's going to force them to get back together, but they just have to go through this fight right now. So they're definitely beefing. I feel like it's probably Offset and Quavo. They're definitely beefing, but it's not the end. It's just a delay. That's basically what it is. All right, let's get to his relationship with Cardi. Damn. Let's see where I can put this. Yeah, this judgment keeps coming back. This judgment keeps coming back. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow. Damn. Damn. I know I keep saying this. There are some loving energies here. He's definitely stepping out on her. He's for sure stepping out on her. And I kind of feel like in his mind right now, he's the one who's thinking of leaving right now. Like he's wondering like what would life. So he's Offset is on this side and Cardi is on this side. She's they're fighting. Like it's very clear here. They're fighting here. They're getting into some arguments as well. But for the most part, there's a lot of positivity on her side. Like this is the family. This is the long-term couple, and then this is their children, boy and a girl. Those two, happiness, whatever. So yeah, they are fighting, but she still sees him as family. She sees him as her partner. Blah blah blah. Meanwhile, on his side, he's coming across as very single. Very much single. Very much single. I feel like he was caught like writing something, a text message or something like that. He was caught doing something. He's coming across as a very, very much single man. Single man. Single man. That's what he's coming across. And it seems like he may want to walk away pretty soon. So let me see. He wants a divorce. He does. I asked her if she wants one. She doesn't. But it feels like she'll use any trick in the book to make sure that he stays. Whereas I think he wants another child, but does he want another child with her? He does want another kid. He's somebody. He's basically a babe damn daddy. Okay, he's somebody who wants children, but he doesn't want a wife. That's what it is. He for sure wants another child. He wants another child. He wants a boy too. He for sure wants a boy who looks closer to him. So I feel like, I don't know, he may slip up, quote unquote, and get a black woman pregnant. But he wants another kid. I feel like he wants a divorce. You know, but I'm not sure if he's gonna leave. So right now it looks like they're going through a rough patch. Here's his judgment here, and I feel like he was caught doing something. I'll ask about Saweetie. And I asked about 6 months. It looks like they're going to continue to go through a rough patch in 6 months, but a year from now, like, some love is going to come back. I'm not sure if that means that love comes back because he's no longer in the house, or if their marriage is going to be on the up and up again. So let me ask about this rumor. He was with her. He was with her, but that ended. Maybe that's what they're arguing about. That ended. But eventually, like, I think they're going to make up again, because there's the Temperance, which is healing a relationship, then the Ace of Wands, which is my penis card, and then we have the Four of Wands, which is reconnecting, reconciliations, and the Fool, which is starting something over again. So I think Cardi, this guy, he's never going to be faithful. he's never going to be faithful, and he's the type to have babies with other women outside of his wife. So it just, man. Yeah, he's not faithful. So let's see. Let's look at 1 year, 2 years, 5 years. Yeah, they are experiencing turbulence right now. And it looks like, at least for him, his career is going to be in a better place after 2 years. But then like 5 years, it's like a dry spell. So yeah, it doesn't look, there's not that much love on his side, honestly. There's some on her side, but not really on his side. He showed more positive feelings towards whoever that woman is that he has a child with, that he's still dealing with. There's more positive feelings towards her than Cardi. Man, girl, I don't know. I feel like she's gonna keep holding on, because there's this here, when I asked her, she's gonna keep holding on and trying to make him be more like a husband material, but he's not husband material. He likes to be a dad, not a husband. All right, that ended on a not so positive note, but you know, it is what it is. Anybody could have seen this without the cards. Next week, it will hopefully be back to the British royal family, where I cover Kate and William. Thank you guys for checking me out. Don't forget to sign up for the newsletter, follow me on Instagram, and buy a reading if you would like. From there, I'll sign out. I will see you guys next week. Bye. If you would like a personal reading from me, then please go to my website at www.terrabymoko.com and click on the Book a Reading button from the homepage. From there, you will be redirected to my shop, which includes categories for career, future forecasts, general inquiries, love and relationships, personal growth, as well as options for expedited delivery. I have a spread for almost every occasion, but of course, love and relationships is the most popular, with readings for your future partner, no contact, will you ever find love, how does your crush feel, as well as sugar daddies. And if you do not feel comfortable purchasing from my website, then you can find me on Etsy under the same name, Tarot by Moko, where I have the same exact readings that I have on my website. And for those of you who would like to learn how to read the tarot, then just visit my blog, and there you will find a series called Learn Tarot with Me. There, I will provide definitions for the cards, as well as tips and tricks to help you become more intuitive with your tarot reading. All right, thank you guys so much for checking out my YouTube channel. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.